Snowville is a business. We're a business. To be sustainable as a business, we got to make money. So here's our history. Here's 4 years. And you can see the blue line is our gross. And this is quarterly. We did about $3.5 million worth of business last year. The red line is the profit that we're chasing, so we can pay our people better, so we can give them better health care, so we can invest more in our own business and expand our production so Ohioans will have more sustainably produced dairy products. And you can see that red line's a tough thing to chase. So the good news is we're here. The bad news, we live in a pretty tough economic environment. And as you can see, and on the left side is the gross, is the money. On the right side is a tenth of that in profit. So as the red line tries to meet the blue, when it meets, that'll be a 10% return, 10% profit. And we think we're on an upswing. Last year was tough. We invested a lot of money in the business. We did a lot of new things. And that's part of the reason our profitability was low. Distribution is one of the least sustainable parts of what local sustainable agriculture does. You know, we practice our sustainable agriculture, we try to minimize our carbon footprint, and then we jump in a diesel truck and drive it to Columbus. You know, if you ask Walmart what kind of company they are, they will tell you they are a distribution company. When people complain about what local sustainably produced food costs, they're really complaining about distribution costs as much as anything. We've got to integrate our sustainably produced food into a very efficient distribution system, which is owned and operated by the major vertically integrated grocery stores. If you look all the way on the left, our lowest distribution cost per case, $2, is Whole Foods / Keynote. Keynote is a multi-state distributor, and Whole Foods entered an agreement with them 2 years ago to help subsidize local producers like us. Twice a week, a 53-foot semi comes and hits our dock. And then they take that to a larger distribution center where they aggregate lots of local producers and then load trucks with dozens of different locally produced items and deliver them to 9 Whole Foods stores, 2 in Cleveland, 2 in Columbus, 2 in Cincinnati, Lexington, Louisville, Kentucky, and Pittsburgh. Our lowest cost of distribution is picked up at our door and delivered by the grocery store chain to their facilities with full truckloads, with our Snowville Creamery milk just being part of the load. Next you see Athens. Well, we're 20 miles away, so that's pretty good. Next you see Whole Foods Washington, D.C. We're in 22 Whole Foods stores in Washington, D.C. And that's because I was there doing dairy lobbying work, and I realized that there was no cream-line unhomogenized milk in Washington, D.C., and I thought this was wrong. And so I chided Whole Foods about it, and until they finally agreed that they didn't have milk in Washington, D.C. as good as they had here. And by that time, I started to understand their logistic. Every Whole Foods store in Ohio is delivered at least 5 days a week by a 53-foot semi that rolls out of Landover, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and 6 hours later is delivering stores in Ohio. Well, they go back empty, except for the Snowville Creamery milk they put on now. So we got a 0 carbon footprint traveling of our milk 6 hours to Washington, D.C., and then again, the efficient, effective, lowest carbon footprint distribution model exists. At that distribution center, they're aggregating lots and lots of stuff from all over the place. They load full 53-foot semis and run one to every store. And they deliver their stores between about 10 at night and 5 in the morning. Because if you've ever tried delivering food in Washington, D.C. in the middle of the day, as I did for 2 months while we established our business there, You realize it's madness. So they've developed a very efficient means of distribution. They've rolled a local sustainable producer, Snowville Creamery, into their distribution model. And we're kept alive by the efficiency and cost effectiveness of that distribution method. Next is Cleveland, where we take our milk up to a distributor in the Akron area that puts it with other items and deliver grocery stores. Next is Cincinnati, where we also deliver, hit a dock, and they have a business delivering lots and lots of different grocery items to grocery stores. Our highest distribution cost is here in Columbus. We have a dedicated, hardworking, underpaid, committed, experienced, smart distribution staff, but we're driving our Snowville Creamery truck, and some of you may have, been driving down the freeway and seen a Snowville Creamery truck go by, but all we're doing is delivering our milk and cream to stores. Look at that. $2 a case against almost $8 a case. Let's say it's a $6 a case difference. There's 9 cartons in a case. That's 75 cents for a carton of milk. That's the difference in the distribution model between our being picked up efficiently in mainstream distribution at our factory and then going to a larger hub, being combined with other orders and delivered to a large grocery store. 75 cents. When you buy a carton of our milk, $1 of it, about $1 of it went to the farmer. We're wasting almost as much money getting that to the stores in Columbus, our closest large metropolitan market, as we're paying our farmer for milk. This is terrible. Kroger probably gets their milk in their grocery stores for a dime. And you can see Whole Foods gets our milk in their stores for about a quarter. Distribution is a real important key.